Hello and welcome. This is Michael with something a little bit different on my channel. I'm going to be doing readings for air signs. This is for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or anyone who just feels drawn to this reading. It doesn't really matter. What I'm really setting the intention to do is just connect with the energy, connect with your guides, connect with spirit. And so these messages are also timeless. So if you're watching this months or even years from now, this message could still very well be applicable to you. Ultimately, use your own discernment and figure out what resonates for you and what is meant for somebody else. I do have all of the monthly readings up for the month of August, if you're wondering where those are. And I'll be posting September shortly. I just wanted to try something a little bit different. It's kind of what I felt inspired to do. And I was really spending quite a bit of time sitting in your energy. And those of you watching this, I had this very beautiful scene actually. And ordinarily when I get visuals, I try to really interpret them on kind of a metaphoric level. But it was just this beautiful scene of being on a hillside at sunset and these kind of blossoming trees. They almost reminded me of cherry blossom trees. Just kind of like dropping their petals onto the ground. And it just felt like this beautiful, serene moment. It actually felt quite romantic to me, which is interesting. I'm wondering if there's something, maybe someone is offering you flowers. I did actually get a floral scent. I almost got like a lilac scent from it. Some of you could be working with Botanical. Some of you could be working with herbs or learning about these things, or there's something there for you as well. And your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, whoever it is that you work with or connect with, really wants you to explore plants right now or herbs, which is quite interesting. The energy, again, like I really didn't get much from that other than just this very beautiful and serene feeling. And if nothing else, maybe if you're going through a hard time right now, your spirit guides, what I'm actually getting, it's like they want you to visualize your happy place. Like, where is this beautiful place to you? Where do you feel most serene? What does that look like? And if life feels really hard or you feel stuck, just kind of visualizing that as you're falling asleep or waking up, like visiting that place often. That's quite interesting to me. I actually do want to do something a little bit different. We'll pull some tarot cards for you in a moment, but I want to pull some oracle cards first. And I specifically want to pull from the Botanical Oracle because we did have that sort of floral imagery and that scent that came through. For some of you, if you're smelling like floral scents or any scent, sometimes this is actually a gift, a psychic gift specifically. This could be something called, I believe it's clairalience, which is clear smelling. And this very often comes up in mediumship. And very often mediums or people channeling spirit in readings, they'll get smells. It can be like the smell of someone's brand of cigarettes, or the smell of their favorite flower, or just a smell that you associate with that person. You might be having similar experiences. You might be having these sort of phantom smells, and this is just one of the ways that your spirit guides, your ancestors, your angels are communicating with you. So pay attention. There might be something for you clairaliently that is coming through or trying to come through. And it feels very peaceful. It feels very calming. And I don't know if you know what lilacs smell like, but where I'm from, we really love the lilacs. They're kind of a short season, but they really are just such a delight. And they really are kind of like signifying the start of summer and just these sweeter times. And so I feel this very profound, sweet energy for you. What do we have here? Show us clearly. Show us clearly. I don't think that's the one. I guess it is. Okay, this card tried coming out twice. That's why I'm not afraid of putting them back. If the card is meant to come out, it will certainly come out again. We had Salal, which is subdue. And that is the one that I wasn't so sure about. We also do have resourcefulness, which is huckleberry. And these are two messages. These are two plants that you might feel called to work with as well. I will kind of skim the book and read these to you. I know that Solal is an appetite suppressant, and so when this card comes up, it's almost like needing to practice temperance. This card might actually be associated with temperance from the major arcana, which is just being moderate about something. And almost just, if something feels really sweet, if there is like a new relationship or a really sweet connection in your life right now, I almost want to tell you not to rush into things and to just enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment. That's really what I'm getting. Like, you can appreciate the moment of something, but don't get so enmeshed in it where it almost becomes like an addiction. That's kind of what I'm getting with Solal here. And then with Huckleberry, resourcefulness. This is really interesting because huckleberries, I believe, are kind of like a bush. They can grow along cliff sides. And so there's kind of like this need to be adaptable to a situation. I know I said I was going to read these and then I just started interpreting them for you, but this is kind of just what's immediately coming to me. Is there anything else? I'm going to read these, and I'm going to see if anything pops out at me, and then, again, we will get into some tarot for you, too. What am I doing? Here we go. What are the messages we have for our air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and any other friends who are watching us. Spirit, what messages do you have? So very interesting. I was going to pull 4 cards, and I had 4 cards come right out of the deck here. And it's all fire. All wands. So we have the Ace of Wands. The King, or Father of Wands. The 7 of Wands, and the Mother of Wands. And these two kind of came out clustered together, as did these two, the 7 of Wands and the Queen, or Mother of Wands here, as well as the King, or Father of Wands with the Ace of Wands. I'm going to be honest, I was going to read this in a very specific spread, but this actually feels like kind of a different message coming through, because I really do see this King of Wands and this Queen of Wands as 2 people. And I feel like you are one of them. You may be this Queen of Wands. I kind of feel like you're the Queen of Wands. Because in sort of this message, it's like this King of Wands wants to give you something. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of excitement. And this Queen of Wands is defensive against it with the 7 of Wands. So I feel like something is coming in very hot and very fast and very heavy. If this isn't a partner or a prospective partner or romantic interest, this could just be an opportunity. This could just be something that's very exciting, but at the same time, you're like apprehensive of it. It's like you don't want to get hurt. You don't want to get wounded. And when I think of the Queen of Wands specifically, the story I always have in my head of her is like, she had to go through the trial of the wands. Like, she had to go from the Ace of Wands to the 10 of Wands. She made it through. She survived. And so she then nurtures people who are going through their own hardships, their own challenges. But when I'm seeing her with the 7 of Wands, there's almost like this feistiness. There's like this temper that's very interesting. And it is very defensive. And even looking at this specific Mother or Queen of Wands here, she's clutching her egg, she's clutching her wand, she's clutching her magic and her creativity. She's holding it close to her. She doesn't want to give these precious things away to just anyone. And someone is coming in and offering you something. And if I dare be so risque, I actually do kind of get like something that starts out very casual, like a very casual encounter, if you catch my drift. But there's like a spark that comes from that. And I feel like the reason you're being so defensive and guarded is because you're actually reading more into the situation than this person is. And maybe that's why you are feeling defensive, but it's like, you kind of just need to enjoy this and enjoy the moment. Like, stay in the moment. Don't try and figure this out right now. Like, enjoy this for what it is, whether this is a person or there is some sort of situation. And again, this doesn't even need to be a romantic or sexual thing. This could very well just be like a friendship or someone you're meeting or something you're doing. And it's almost taking you by surprise and you're a little guarded to it. Let's pull a little more here. I'm curious. I want to clarify these things. We have the Hermit, which is interesting because there is a flame in this card as well. So there still is this inner fire. And again, this kind of feels like your energy a little bit. At the time I'm recording this, we are going into Virgo season. We are going from Leo season into Virgo season. I kind of just look at the image on this card, though, and it's like the head is tucked away. This turtle has its head kind of in its shell, but it's still looking out. And it's almost like... I actually get this really funny dynamic between these two. And again, this is a general reading, so the roles may be swapped. The situation might vary a little bit, but it's almost like there's this really fun, passionate, exciting energy, and there's almost this fun back and forth where it's like this other person is kind of shutting them down a little bit, like, oh, whatever, you wish, honey, kind of thing. But it's almost like this kind of playful jab that I'm getting from this Queen of Swords, or I'm sorry, Queen of Wands, but it is kind of like that Queen of Swords energy too, with that sort of sharp edge to her. But it's almost like a mask, actually. It's almost like playing hard to get a little bit. Yeah, that is what that is, actually. It's like this Queen of Wands is playing hard to get. She is genuinely guarded. And I'm using she not necessarily as a literal pronoun, but just of this card. The gender of the cards doesn't really matter. This person has sort of this guarded playfulness, or even like guarded kind of aggressiveness, kind of these playful jabs. And it almost stokes the flame of the other party, this other person. It's kind of cute, but it's also like, why you gotta be so guarded? I want to pull a little more here. What's the advice? What's the advice, Spirit? Interesting. 2 of Pentacles, weighing things out. Some of you are finding a balance here. Very often the 2 of Pentacles is a card that comes up when someone is in the midst of a life change, whether that's a move or a new job. Maybe that's where this person is coming in from, or someone in your life is experiencing a major life change. But I just see transformation here, metamorphosis. And it's almost like... part of me is actually tempted to say this is someone you've known before, someone who's kind of come in and out of your life, but I don't actually think that that's what this is. It's like there's someone who's coming into your life who kind of reminds you a lot of somebody else from the past, and maybe that's why there's this sort of guardedness, but it's almost like the universe is giving you a different chance at something here. And it's not even necessarily for you to jump into, but it's almost like letting you explore something you didn't get to really explore before. And kind of feels like 50-50 for some of you. This could be like a really good thing, this person or this opportunity. For others of you, it's almost like you're going to realize you don't necessarily want it. Like, you're weighing your options a little bit here. But something feels full circle. And it's like almost something like happening on repeat with this infinity sign. We do have the 3 of coins or pentacles here as well. This could very well be like a workplace situation. This couldn't even just be an opportunity for work or some sort of collaboration. It's almost like there's a dual relationship here, is what I'm getting. It's like this person is either a member of some group you're a part of, or a coworker, or something like that. Like, there's some sort of like double relationship, and maybe that's why it's also a little bit guarded, but it also like adds to the passion and excitement a little bit. That's very interesting. I'm actually getting a very specific message that's not going to apply to most of you, but I'm almost getting this like provider-client sort of dynamic. And I think with the 2 of Pentacles, it's like you don't want to pursue a personal relationship with this person because there's some sort of barrier, whether you're working with this person professionally or you're a provider of some kind to this person. I actually feel like they're gonna change something so they can pursue you, or something like that is gonna shift. That's a very specific message, but it came in kind of as a loud ping, so I wanted to share it. I don't expect people in the comment section to be like, that's me. But I mean, maybe if you could just like drop a little butterfly emoji or something inconspicuous like that, I would just be curious if that resonated with anyone. And again, I don't actually expect people to admit that. Yeah, 2 of Swords. Being guarded, blocking something. Something's still in flux, something's still changing. Tell me about this. Is there any other messages, actually? Is there anything else for the air sign? Show us clearly, please. Show us clearly, please. The Fool. Be present. That's actually how I'm reading this card. The Fool is very much like the beginner's mind. And it's like almost learning to fly while you're falling. Some of you really are afraid to fall in love, or to like let your emotions get the better of you, or to pursue something that you love. Seven of Cups. It's almost like you're not going to figure out what works for you unless you just put yourself out there and experiment and try different things. And this could very well be dating people. This feels like a very open energy right now, if I'm being completely honest. Maybe there is something about an open relationship or polyamory for some of you. Or this could just be like not necessarily being in a monogamous relationship, being very open. It's like, just explore. It's not jumping into a commitment. It's just jumping into getting to know someone. It is what I'm really getting. Or jumping into an opportunity and just seeing where it goes. I think this is really worth exploring. I really do. I really get the sense this is a connection for most of you, actually. And I kind of want to pull from the Modern Love Tarot, but if you are in a relationship with someone, maybe this isn't a romantic thing. It could just be something that you are passionate about, because there's a lot of fire here. There's a lot of creativity here. There's a lot of spirit here. Let me just pull a couple more cards from the Modern Love Tarot. And all of these decks that I'm using are linked in the description box down below. Wow, double message, Queen of Wands. And I actually put it right on this Mother of Wands here. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like there's almost this like air of confidence, but there's also like a defensiveness in that too. You know what I mean? It's like you have this sort of power, but there's also kind of like this raw vulnerability. And to be honest with you, I feel like this person sees all of that. And I feel like this person is just eating it up. Temperance. Interesting. I did talk about temperance. Did I talk about temperance? I thought it with the two of pentacles here. And this very much is the process of like making something, making mistakes as you go, being patient with yourself and others. I kind of feel like I'm connecting with a group of people where it's like, because you've been so hurt in the past or wounded in the past, it's almost like it's hard for you to accept people's imperfections. And I know that might be a hard message for some people to hear, but it's like you look at a red flag as like a burning bush. Like, it's not just something to kind of keep on your radar. It's like, oh, no, like, absolutely not. This just isn't going to work. Last time when I saw this, it just ended catastrophically. There's no way. And so I kind of do feel like with the temperance, to be honest, it is almost like be a little more open with people, be a little more accepting of where they're at, because there's you're protecting yourself in this. And also be understanding of yourself too. And when I do see the temperance card, there is harmony here. There is this beautiful co-creative process, and we actually do have an angel in the background here as well. This is one of the cards that shows up when we are communicating with spirit or angels, and that was very much the intention I set for this reading. So I feel like your guides really are coming through and just telling you, like, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to just live your life and to learn as you go. That's actually what your soul really wants. That's how you expand and grow. Is there anything else? The Emperor. Kind of clarifying the Father of Wands with this too, which is interesting that this came up with this. This is Aries energy. Could also be other fire sign energy, Leo or Sagittarius. Doesn't even really have to be. But when I see the Emperor, it's like, wow, this person's really impressive. This person has a lot of power. I really just feel like there's a very powerful presence. And maybe that's why I don't even not want to say like intimidated, but it's like it's putting you on edge. It's making you a little bit guarded. But at the same time, it kind of draws you in too, if we're being completely honest, right? What is he holding? What piece is that? Interesting. Kind of a heart piece here. Yeah, I really feel like someone is trying to give you something. And I think it's like if someone's asking you out or trying to give you a gift or whatever, or get to know you, entertain it. Just see where it goes. Be super, super open. Be open to life in general. For others of you, I guess this really could be like kind of an opportunity, maybe a risk that someone is asking you to take with them, especially if this is like some sort of business venture. I could potentially see that for some of you as well. And interestingly, we do have we have all three fire signs on the table. We have the Emperor, which is Aries energy. We have Temperance, which is Sagittarius. And we have the Queen of Wands. Oh, well, that's Aries energy again, too. But I feel like we do have a lot of Leonian energy. We do have Leonian energy with the King of Wands. Sorry. I swear, when I'm doing these more channeled messages, it just kind of screws with, like, my left brain. But yeah, very, very interesting. Very spicy energy here. There's a lot of fire. There's a lot of passion. And it's like, I feel like you played with fire and got a little burnt, and now you keep your fire to yourself. But like, I think this person is actually pretty genuine and established and mature. They might kind of put off a little vibe that could be a little off-putting, to be honest. Because it's almost like a little cocky. But again, like, you sort of like that. And Spirit really wants you to be open, and it's almost like just having more adventure. Be more adventurous in your life, especially in your love life. Is there anything else? Anything else? Eight of Pentacles, very sweet energy. And again, like, this is kind of a work energy too. I'm getting office romance vibes for some of you. Or like, through work you are meeting someone. Or someone is just works very hard and is very passionate about what they do, and you may have that as well. And that's something you kind of bond over. Like, this is almost like a power couple sort of relationship, but it's also really sweet. I really, really like this energy. And it feels like this feels very established. It's different this time. That's all I can really say, and I feel like that's kind of the note to end off on. It's different this time. Whatever this represents for you, my air signs, it's different. Don't let the past hold you back from the present. And those are all the messages I'm getting for you right now. I hope that this was helpful for you. Actually, I think with the Temperance, it was Salal. That was the Temperance card. Okay. Be open, be playful. Don't give your heart away right away. Like, don't fall in love with the idea or the potential of someone. But I still feel the potential. There's a real potential here. Let this happen organically. Anyways, those are all the messages I have for you. If you want to check out some of my other videos, you can check out my channel. Be sure to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the updates, any of these readings. You can find all of my links in the description box down below for readings or distance Reiki sessions. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care and have a blessed day.